All right, well, today we get to unbox this bad boy. This is the brand new released April 2021, the Onyx Studio 7. I've kind of had to change my camera angle because this beast is so big. You can see it's a monster. But I guess if you're familiar with the prior Onyxes, you would know it's probably pretty similar to size. It's a big speaker, very nice. So anyway, show you a quick glimpse of the back here. This is a breakdown of the speaker layout. As you see, you have your passive radiator at the top, you have your active subwoofer, or should I say woofer, at the bottom, and then your tweeters on either side. So from what I'm understanding, this is definitely a lot clearer sounding, but we're going to find out. I'll go over a few differences in specs between the 6, possibly even go down to the 5. Just kind of give you a break over of the differences, and really, to me, it's more the looks over the last models, because they kind of look like like a bag you'd take to the beach or something. But then in the same sense, the Onyx 7 was, IPX waterproof, or 7 waterproof. So that's what, 1 meter to 30 minutes, which I guess you take that to the beach. You're not taking this to the beach. Anyway, let's check out what's inside. It's probably going to be our instruction manual. I feel some more weight in here. Our charging cable, and this is going to be a standard, I think it's 3mm or something, 3.5mm jack charging. I know a lot of people are disappointed that it's not the USB-C, excuse me, but there is a reason for that, and I'll get into that later. Another cable there. That looks empty. Now, they got this very nicely packaged. Pull it right out by the handle, huh? Boy, that's nice. Heavy too. Oh yeah. Well, she's pretty. As you can see, you have your buttons right up here on top. Your Bluetooth button, volume down, power, volume up. And I'm not quite sure what that button is. And that'll be the rest of the box. Now for the fun, to test this bad boy out. See what kind of music it plays. Really looking forward to hearing this thing. Alright y'all, so I've had about 2 weeks now to test this out. My wife and daughter probably tested a little bit more than I have, because they're typically the ones that are going to be using this. But overall, I'm pretty impressed. Now granted, I did get this through T-Mobile for a special at $200 versus the $400, maybe $79 that the retail is on this. So needless to say, for $200, I'm extremely happy. But I will say this, with all speakers, if you don't know, they do need to be broken in a little bit. This is no different, despite the small drivers, okay? When you initially take this out of the box and you turn this up, the tweeters are going to overpower the woofers a lot, okay? There's nothing you can really do about it. Just play it mid-volume for several hours
let the woofers break in, okay? They're the ones that are a little bit more crucial to need that time period to break in because of the spider and the surrounds. They're real tight, okay? They need to loosen up a little bit. They need some movement. The tweeters aren't really so much important for that. That's why they already overpower. Now, once this gets, I'd say maybe 5 or 6 hours of break-in time, the sound quality is vastly improved, vastly improved. I've played this several places around my house. I've put it in the living room, the kitchen. I've played in my office room here, which being this is like a 12 by 12 room, sounds really good in here. But when you get into a little bit more spacious area, like my living room, kitchen, dining, it's all kind of one open area. The sound definitely isn't quite as fulfilling. And that's mainly why, if I'm going to be playing music, most likely I'm going to be on my big stereo out in the living room. But anyways, so overall, impressed. Few differences that I will say between the 6 and the 7. The biggest, the waterproof, but in the same sense, I'm not taking this anywhere where it's going to get wet. It's probably not going to leave my house. And the biggest issue with the last one, the 6, even the 5, was just the style. It's not something that I would want to decorate my house with, so to speak. Now this went back to kind of, I think the original Onyx was similar in style, and I believe the 3 kind of had this same similarity to it before they went to the handbag look. But I really like this. It's very aesthetically pleasing. It's pretty much the same size as the 6. There's a slight difference in size. The handle works absolutely wonderful, no problem. Nice rubber pads on the bottom. This you can hook up through Bluetooth stereo. I don't have a second one, but if I was to have a second one, I would use this Bluetooth button here to connect to it, and ultimately this play button here I can use to select which one is going to be my right and which one is going to be my left. So I can get a true stereo sound from 2 of these, which is pretty neat. I would love to get a second one and try it out, but I don't need another one. This is plenty. But anyways, other than that, you have your controls here. They're pretty hidden, but they're sleek. They don't stand out, but just enough for you to know. Basic controls, you have your Bluetooth, your volume down, your power, your volume up, and your play. Your play is a play pause. You tap it twice, that skips the song. Your power, to just one click turn on, one click turn off, and of course your Bluetooth, obviously, to connect your devices. Pretty straightforward, simple, not much to it. Of course, we know in the back we have a USB-C, but it says for service only. Not quite sure what that would mean, but anyways. And then we have an auxiliary out if you wanted to connect it to something else. It's like basically a 3.5mm headphone jack. I would be curious to see if maybe what I would like to experiment next, and I probably should have did this for the video, I'm sorry, is seeing if I can use that auxiliary out and maybe plug it into one of my powered subwoofers and use the signal from this going to the subwoofer, since it's obviously self-powered, just to add maybe more bass. I think might be interesting, especially for like a smaller 8-inch powered subwoofer or something. I probably won't hook it up to the 12-inch powered subwoofers out there because I would overpower it a lot. But overall, very happy with this. Good speaker. My wife loves it, which is even more important. One of the big problems with this, and I don't really foresee too many people using this for movies, although I could see maybe possibly connecting this to a laptop to try and watch Netflix or something like that. But unfortunately, that's not going to work. There's just too much of a delay here. So your the mouse will be moving, and then maybe about a half second to a second later, you will hear it out of here. And then obviously if you have volume coming from your laptop as well, then you're going to get really bad echo effect. Movies just don't work on here for some reason. I don't know why they couldn't make that happen, but whatever. So that's one of the big things, is the lag in that. Of course, we know that this is only Bluetooth 4.2, and I think we're out to 5.2 maybe now. I don't know why they use such an old Bluetooth, but it is quality. It does what it needs to do. So I guess that's why. Overall, the battery life, because I will say, if this thing's playing, it's playing at least 50% volume to probably 75% volume. It doesn't get horribly loud. It definitely gets loud enough. It's a 50 watt RMS. It says bi-amp amplifier. Of course, we know we have the passive radiator up here, which helps with producing a little bit of bass and probably some mids as well. But overall, it gets pretty loud. And with that being said, I'm getting about 5 to 6 hours of battery life out of this at, we'll call it 60% volume. Seems fair. Which it might even be 75%, because they usually have it going pretty good. So not too bad. Again, I mean, the chances of this leaving the house, it's probably, if it moves, it's going to go from the kitchen, get unplugged, maybe go out to the patio where I'm going to grill, or maybe into the bedroom if I'm doing some cleaning in there. You know, something like that, or maybe, you know, if I want to bring it in here, although, as you can see in the back, I have a stereo in here too, so not really a necessity. You know, but it does offer good sound. So for $200, I'm more than happy, and if you can find it for that, I would definitely jump on it. But otherwise, I'd probably try and wait for a sale, because close to $500 is a lot to spend for this little baby, or should I say big baby. But it's nice.